Hey, what's going on there, guys and girls? Welcome back. I'm out riding on the Kawasaki ZH2. She is looking a little bit worse for wear, I have to say, from all the winter riding and all that stuff for the videos. But anyway, in today's video we're going to discuss how obnoxious motorcycle exhaust can be. Let's get into it. So if you're a rider, then you have probably heard this a lot, and that is how people hate the way motorcycles sound, in the sense of how obnoxiously loud they are. And look, I get it, okay? There are people with cars and things like that that have obnoxiously loud exhaust, and they don't really need it in most cases. A lot of the times it is for show. I mean, of course, if you're looking at performance mods and things like that for better airflow, having mufflers and things like that is going to restrict airflow and therefore restrict performance. So from a performance modding standpoint, you can understand why exhausts sound louder than they probably need to be. But on a motorcycle, having loud exhaust can actually be a really, really good thing, and it can mean the difference between life and death. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for a ride on the ZH2, and yeah, we're just going to talk about why people don't like the way how they sound. And I just want to clarify a few things about why motorcycles sound the way they do. Even like in stock form, kind of, you know, unmodded or anything like that, motorcycles can sound really loud. And yeah, I just want to kind of shed a bit of light on why that is. But yeah, let's start the bike up and let's go for a ride, shall we? Now, the ZH2 isn't that loud, really. I mean, yeah, you can hear it, and it does make a nice noise, but it isn't that loud. It only gets really loud when you're hitting the mid-range, at least. That's when it tends to get considerably louder anyway. But yeah, just on a bit of a random road here where everything seems to be abandoned. Yeah. My usual spot was taken for filming the intro, so yeah, I've had to try and find somewhere different today. And yeah, recently we've had this massive storm, haven't we? Which, you know, there have been videos of trees falling over and things like that.
Oh my god, I caught that on video!
Roofs being blown off and things. So was it the Millennium Stadium had its roof blown off or something like that over this weekend with all the storms? So yeah, it's been a bit of a mad one. I didn't actually think I'd be able to get out and shoot today, but yeah, luckily there has been a bit of a break in the weather, so I'm going to make the most of it. Like I said in the intro, motorcycles, a lot of them are loud by default, and yeah, okay, as a rider, I do enjoy the sound of a loud exhaust, and especially when you're riding along and things like that, where you're getting a lot of that wind noise, it is still nice to be able to hear the bike underneath you. And if you have a bike that's too quiet, then yeah, you're not going to be able to enjoy that sound. But yeah, it's one of those things that really does seem to divide people. I'm gonna have to be honest with you, I don't actually know which way I've gone, so I have to. Oh no, I know where I am. Yeah, I wanna take a left. Actually, here. That'll do. Yeah, so motorcycles tend to be louder than cars, at least from stock anyway, especially when you look at bigger bikes. Littler bikes, of course, you can make them really, really loud if you wanted to. You see so many 125cc bikes around the UK that are obnoxiously loud, and yeah, it's just one of those things that people like to do. And look, I get it. I like the sound of my own motorcycles and things like that. The ZZR is extremely loud, but I love it. I still absolutely love it. And that's the thing, it kind of seems to be like you don't appreciate it until you have a motorcycle that sounds the way it does, you know? Like, people don't buy quiet cruisers, you know? At least there aren't that many quiet cruisers around. And it's no different to any other bikes, not really. So Alright, revving up your engine, that's one of those things that a lot of people complain about, is how motorcyclists rev up their engines, and it's almost like they don't need to rev up their engines. Alright, now look, if you are one of those people that you know, doesn't like people revving their engines on a motorcycle, a lot of the times it's because they are rev matching.
Should we have a little rever?
It's quite loud.
Now these are normal people, these are people that won't know anything about racing or anything like that. If you are in the racing scene, then you're going to know exactly what rev matching is. I just got sprayed in the face by some washer fluid, so that's nice. It stinks inside my helmet now, that's great. Yeah, so rev matching is when you are matching the speed of the rear tyre to the gear that you want to be in before you downshift. And so you see that a lot on motorcycles, mainly because the riders are trying to keep control of their motorcycle as much as possible. And I've explained this before in a couple of videos. So one of them is how to rev match an engine brake, and that was done on my CBR 600RR almost a year ago now. And the other one was done recently on my wife's Ninja 125, where I kind of explain whether or not rev matching and engine braking is worth doing on a 125cc bike, which, yeah, very interesting video. So I recommend to go check them out if you are interested in learning about rev matching and engine braking, things like that in more detail, and you want to improve the way you ride. But yeah, that is the main reason why you see a lot of people revving their bikes, you know, as they're coming towards a stop or what have you. This is a bit of a rubbish place for an ambulance to go down, isn't it? Because they can't get past, it's a blind bend. None of us lot can see, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they got past all right. Woo! Yeah, still windy from this storm, man, so I hope the wind isn't getting picked up too much on the mic. I apologise if it is, guys and girls. But yeah, so I'll try demonstrating why people rev their engines. I mean, here you go, it is an opportunity right now. So if I speed up a bit, right, so that is rev matching and engine braking as I'm coming to a stop. Now, how many of those people are coming to a stop and probably thought, wow, what an obnoxious guy for revving his engine? I don't know, maybe some of them appreciated it, who knows. But yeah, so that right there is a little demonstration of why we rev our engines. It's not necessarily just because we want to hear the sound of our bikes or we want to be arrogant or what have you, even though that's how it's portrayed. A lot of the time it is for rev matching. And in terms of why motorcycle exhausts are extremely loud just in general, the main reason for that is safety. Yeah, there are so many people that swear by this statement: loud pipes save lives. So the louder your motorcycle is, the more visible you are to other drivers. And you know, we've all seen these videos before of people getting knocked off their bikes just because some driver wasn't looking, wasn't checking their blind spots and things like that before they pulled off or what have you. We've seen those kinds of videos all before. And if a driver can hear your loud exhaust and you can get their attention, then it's already done its job. You know, it's already saved your life. And that is the main reason why you want a loud exhaust, guys. It's just so people can see you. And it's actually one of those things that I am a little bit more worried about on the ZH2, because its exhaust isn't that loud at low RPMs. So you actually hear the supercharger over the exhaust, and that's probably the way how it was designed, to be honest. So you get to hear that flutter from the supercharger or its valves or what have you. And that's a really cool feature about this bike. But still, having the loud exhaust when you're around other cars, it does benefit you in a lot more ways than, or in many more ways than you might realize, just, you know, kind of off the top of your head. But those are the two main reasons. One of them, of course, is engine braking and rev matching, and the second one is just for safety, so you are more visible to people on the road. And yeah, I suppose an added benefit is that you can actually enjoy the sound that your motorcycle makes, you know. Yeah, it's part of the experience, guys and gals, okay? I am sorry on behalf of all motorcyclists if you do find that motorcycle engines and motorcycle exhaust noises are obnoxious, because yeah, I get it, okay? I get it. Like I said earlier, there are cars and things like that that have loud exhausts, and they probably don't need them. They don't need to be that loud, you know. But for a motorcycle, it has far more uses, having a loud bike. And yeah, I mean, you see people on 50cc scooters having really, really loud exhaust, and yeah, you do kind of laugh whenever you see that. But at the same time, hey, I mean, it is making them more visible, so I can't really complain about these kids on their scooters, because it's probably making them safer on the roads. And yeah, even though scooters don't rev match and things like that, just the added benefit of safety is enough to make it justifiable, at least in my eyes anyway. But yeah, guys and girls, so if you ever do get someone that says, oh, I hate motorcycles because of how loud they are, they're all obnoxious fools, arrogant fools that, you know, just want the whole world to know they're there and stuff, and say, yeah, they do want the whole world to know they're there, so you can see them when they're, you know, when you're driving about on the roads, so they're not like, you know, pulling out in front of you and stuff. Because believe me, that happens all too often. If you are a rider, even if you've been driving for a while, it's no doubt happened to you where someone has just pulled out in front of you, and either they didn't see you, or I don't know, they make up some other excuse, probably just trying to be obnoxious themselves. Yeah, anyway, guys and gals, that'll do for today's video. I hope you're all doing well. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, if you find them informative. That is a nice jigsaw. And yeah, let us know your thoughts on motorcycle engines and motorcycle exhaust, how loud they are and things like that. Are you one of those people that's got a quiet motorcycle? Let me know in the comments. Are you thinking about upgrading the exhaust to give it a bit more of a boost in decibels? Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys and gals. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, guys and girls, yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.